Hello there and welcome to the game that is PGA Tour 2K23. Hope your round is excellent. We are in store for a little bit of stroke play action. We got 3 holes. This should be fun. Let's get to it. Well, let's see what you got. Yes, that's a good swing. Yep, that's going to do just nicely. And let's see what happens. This is his second. And from 25 feet out. And here he goes, putting for par here. And it drops. 3 feet left. Starting today off at even par after that first hole. Good to see. Okay, let's send it.
No.
Yeah, that's unlucky. All right, here's his second shot.
And finally, the stick stood out of the viewer with nothing but praise. Celebrating his 44th birthday, Joel continues to work hard, clocking in 10-hour work.
Looks like the sand coming up. Okay, let's see if he can get up and down from here.
Joel contributed to hopefully,
He'd go down to 1 under if this goes in.
now there's one. Compared to the other two, he's a bit of a thing. Brian's all about his outing time, while Joel is flying. He's like a social. Sometimes not, sometimes life is hard. All depending on who you are. Kevin is still running the show at Murphy's Hotel. A newspaper interview.
And here we go. He's putting for the par.
He's clocking about 60 hours a week in Murphy. When it comes to his personal life, he's pretty old. He's got a basic
Looking at an 11-foot putt here.
As for family stuff, he keeps it close to the fence. Only sharing his family. In about
no good. And setting up here for the bogey.
In about the whole Murphy's, well, the mystery will be.
Okay, let's head to the next. And you're sitting at 1 over for the round.
So maybe that's hard to say what goes Most episodes, Ryan's become quite the character online, known for his larger-than-life personality, player for fact, especially those turned out how Ryan died.
And let's see what you do off the tee here. Whoa, got a hold of that one. Just power unleashed there. Okay, he's coming out of the deep stuff.
Personal favorite. This is like a box from 2006. What would be raffle take over? What
This one's about 175 to the pin.
Others have drawn using parallels. And the quirky characters always funny.
That was good stuff. This is his third shot.
4.5 stars. To this day, Murphy's Hotel is overseas with guests
Okay, they're going with the pitching wedge here.
This brings us to a question. What lies ahead?
This is sheer insanity. How is he going to do this? Let's just wait and find out. Here we go. This one for birdie.
It's exciting actually. A lot of players reported that they had completed 14 progressing at a rate.
Oh, it's going right by the hole. 11 feet to the cup for him. And that will do it for them. Okay, let's put this one in the cup and then bomb over to the clubhouse. This one is over and you have wound up the winner. Congrats. Well, on behalf of myself and the team here at HB Studios and 2K Sports, thanks for playing. I had fun. Hopefully you did too.
He's also a big reason. He explains his habits when he's on. Murphy's Hotel is on the record. I just come to walk over to the door.
Oh.
Kiwi Farms is fascinating. Woo.
In the dramatic universe of hotel, where Gordon Ramsay regularly goes toe-to-toe, I say they're doing illusion of moon. You might think you've seen it all. But today, we're talking about an episode that offers something different. The Roosevelt Inn, where the owner thinks he's Sherlock Holmes. But the only mystery is how this place stays open. Don't get us wrong. There's no murder involved here. At least not in the literal sense. The real question is, can Ramsay crack the case of the crumbling hotel and bring its detective wannabe owner back to Earth? Whatever happened to the Roosevelt Inn after the episode aired in September of 2012? And did her self-proclaimed Sherlock finally find his Watson? Or at least some common sense? Stick around, because this is one case you won't want to overlook. At the beginning of this episode, we travel to the natural paradise of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, not far from the Canadian border, to visit the historic Roosevelt Inn, which was originally built as a school for the local community in 1905. In fact, John Hoff, its current owner, was one of the students at that school. He now owns the hotel with his wife Tina and daughter Lori. But hey, since John was so excited about owning a hotel where he went to school, I guess he'll make a good innkeeper, right?
How was that possible?
Well, he's not a good innkeeper at all. John is more interested in playing a fantasy role in Sherlock Holmes than taking care of the Roosevelts. The hotel gets loads of complaints about its haute decor and lousy food quality. The only interesting thing John offers is a monthly murder mystery event, although that only attracts locals in the community who also share in John's plaything city. Unfortunately, those same folks don't really contribute to the bottom line of the hotel, as such because they don't do overnight stays. With that situation, Tina has no choice but to assume most of the tasks at the hotel. As such, she works 3 times as hard as John, according to their daughter. Gordon gets his first big impression of the Roosevelt Inn driving along the freeway. A giant sign promoting John's cuisine, with John in a goofy-looking chef's uniform popping out of the top list.
Hello there, and a big fat
As for the
welcome to
hotel,
PGA Tour
as soon as he
2K23.
arrives, it looks to him like a very
Hopefully
grim
is
place,
just over
straight out of the Addams Family.
We are playing
In the lobby,
matchmaking
Ramsey
today.
finds
Stroke
several
play
school desks
is the
pay
rules.
homage to the building's
Let's get
schoolhouse
it.
roots. Also, he senses a pretty bad stench lingering in the air of the
Going
hotel,
with the high.
but he can't determine exactly what it
This
is
one's
yet.
heading for it.
John shows Ramsey several photos of the old school, including photos of him when he was at school. Although Ramsey quips,
Who wants to live in an old school? It's like getting a detention that never ends.
Let her rip here. Let's see what he
finally
does.
they arrive at the source of the smell. One of the dogs owned by John, a golden retriever puppy named Rohan, who roams around the hotel freely. John says that the dogs are actually one of the highlights the hotel gets,
And here's
despite
their
the smell.
4-iron.
After that, John leads Gordon on a tour of the hotel's ballroom. The design looks pretty dated, like it hasn't been
Right,
redesigned in
interested to see
decades.
what he has in store
But to
for
Chef
us here.
Ramsey's surprise, John informs him that the ballroom was remodeled just 4 years prior for a cost of over
Going with the 5 wood
$50,000.
on this one.
Ramsey is shocked
This one's
at how
heading
old
left.
and outdated it looks, despite being recently renovated. Please, John, give us the number of these designers, so if we're ever in Idaho, we know who not to call. After that,
I'm dying to have a look upstairs. It can't get any worse.
well, it can. Because John reveals that throughout the year, they only have 20% of the rooms occupied. Speaking of rooms, Gordon's suite is one
Okay,
covered
the
in pink
approach
carpet.
heading to the
But hey,
left.
at least it has 2 levels.
Well, we missed
That's
the
pretty
green, but that's all right. Life
2
does go
levels full of
on.
18th century decor.
Okay, let's do
And
this.
the
Let's
worst
get out
part
of this
is that it
bunker
costs
and on our way.
$319 per night. And that was over 10 years ago. So far, John had done nothing but laugh at his hotel's problem, as if it was a joke, almost as if he was enjoying it. This frustrates Ramsey, who tells John he is going to pack up and leave if he doesn't start taking
There we
photos.
go.
This just
Good
makes
work
John
out of
think
that
even more
bunker.
defensive.
Not much
And he
work left to
responds
do
to
here.
Ramsey by saying, "What do you want
He's
me to
getting
do?
ready to
Get angry and
fire
punch
away
you?
with his second
You want
shot.
to punch me? You go.
Well, maybe I do want to punch you a little bit.
I came here to find love, but instead I found a passion. The North Knuckles.
Those are some
Will
fighting
he
words right there.
make it? He's
John
got a
looks
long
like he's about
putt,
to snap.
so
Like seriously, go crazy. and
could go
leave.
either way.
We then find out about John, a little bit of information.
I can become physically very, very violent.
And he's on the
And
birdie
have
hunt here.
none of
Let's see
that
what happens.
people get hurt.
He wasn't joking either. John Hoff was taken into police custody in 2010, 2 years before the Hotel Hell episode, for allegedly threatening an Avista serviceman over a past due bill. When the serviceman came to the property with a shut-off notice due to the unpaid bill, John apparently got upset and uttered the word gun. John says his only regret for the whole incident is that he didn't sue the city officers over the way he was treated. Thankfully for them, friends in the local community chipped in to cover their unpaid bills,
Okay, just a few more
including
inches to go.
$3,000 charge for John's
Keeping
trip.
an even keel here after the first hole. We are
Here is Tina,
even
who deal with the police
par.
on the day in question. Interestingly, thing wasn't mentioned at all on the Hotel Hell episode. Anyway, back to the show. Right after exchanging words with Gordon, John decides it is best to leave the room rather than exploding in rage and somebody getting hurt. Gordon pleads with him to stay so they can talk it out, but he storms off anyway. Gordon continues to inspect his room, discovering nothing but dust and stains that look like they've been there for centuries. Every episode of Hotel Hell is a risk
All
for
right,
Gordon.
let's see how he does on this hole.
Later, Gordon meets Tina, who promptly shows him how unhappy she is at the hotel and tells
Bit of an
him it
awkward
was
swing.
John's idea to buy the place in the first place. She preferred their old life before the hotel.
Okay,
This
full
was
sand.
all John's
Let's
idea.
go.
In fact, she burst into tears when they first bought it. The Roosevelt Inn cost them $700,000 to purchase, and then with the money they owed a whopping $1.1 million. They had to sell
Yikes.
everything to pay for it. Their
And
house,
he's just about ready
their
to tee off.
401ks,
Let's see how he does.
all their savings to pay for it. Now they live upstairs in the attic. Tina is very serious for something to change. John, he still isn't taking it seriously enough.
It is kind of an entertainment, though.
Gordon has faced
All right,
many,
this is his
many
third
arrogant
shot.
owners, but how many of them want to play dress up when they are $1 million in debt? Despite Gordon's presence, John doesn't cancel the murder mystery event that evening, dressing up as Sherlock Holmes, something they host once a month at
Let's
the
see how
hotel.
this shapes up. This is his
John
third
gets
shot.
a little too into the role, though. He actually thinks his British accent is better than Gordon
Bunker
Ramsay's.
coming up.
In fact, mine is better than your position.
We're in the big, thick,
While
deep
John
break
is
here.
having a fun time playing dress up, except for Tina and Gordon. At the end of the day, John tries
Well,
to
unfortunate.
role
That's
playback
going
and
to
ways to attract
get
customers.
counted as a missed green.
It seems more like he bought the
He's in
hotel
the
just
fairway
for a way to
bunker.
play
Let's see what
You come and
happens.
tell me what's wrong.
Here we go.
You obviously think you are a psychologist.
You're right, John. He's just someone with a little common sense. Instead of accepting Gordon's opinion, John reacts like a
Okay,
picky little
with that, he's out of the sand.
Just
so
talking
that's
my
good.
hand, you know.
The next
And
day,
he's got
with a little more
about,
calm,
say,
Ramsay talks to
140
John again.
to the pin from here.
He asks the owner to do his best and really give an effort. That day in particular, the dining room is full, as word gets out that Gordon Ramsay was in town. John is in the kitchen, cooking a set menu
Taking
5-course
this one
meal
with the
for
8
dinner.
iron.
The first dishes were shrimp and salmon, both straight out of the freezer, so Ramsay doesn't hesitate to send it back. This sort of upsets John a little bit.
I want him to fall into a very deep pit, so he can't
His
get out.
shot.
Post using the Live Butterier wrist filter on TikTok and for a chance to win a 24-karat gold
And
bar.
they're going with the pitching
There you
wedge.
go. Ooh, nice. I would so need that love, but that KDT hair mask. Your hair looks so soft pink and thick. This rare beauty blush was made for you. The brands everybody's talking about. Only at Sephora.
But to really test John's skills, Ramsay asked for a simple, soft-boiled egg, the easiest dish to make. But yet, despite that,
This is
he
what our
received
third
one
shot's
that's
looking like.
completely wrong. You had one job, John. Ramsay goes to the kitchen and tells John how pathetic his attitude is for someone with $1.1 million in debt, though John dismisses everything he has to say. Since his opinion doesn't
Let's see
seem to
how he
matter,
deals with this bunker
Ramsay
shot.
decides to surprise the owners with a few of his guests to make it clear that they would never stay at his hotel again, not even for free. And if that wasn't enough, Gordon hands them all black light glasses so they can see the amount of bodily fluids on the sheets and pillows.
Well, let's see how he does
There are
here.
so
He's in
many
the bunker.
stains that it's more than obvious that nothing in the rooms have been cleaned for years. Thanks to that,
Okay, he's in the
Tina
green
and even
side
John
rough here.
start to come to grasp the full extent of the hotel's problems. Seeing how embarrassed Tina feels,
And his
Gordon
fourth
meets with her
shot
privately
on this
to
hole.
remind her that he didn't come to the hotel to humiliate her. Rather, he needed to expose the problems for their own good. In response, Tina confesses that if she could, she would walk out and leave the hotel forever.
This one's your
The
fourth.
past 13 years as an innkeeper have worn her out. Gordon needs a rejuvenation plan for Roosevelt
That's a nice
that will
chip.
be a way
Well
of
done.
motivating her to stay.
He's got 12 feet to go here.
The first part of Ramsay's plan focuses on the $60,000 ballroom that is only used once per month and smells like a wet dog. The ballroom would make an ideal space to host weddings. To gather more information, Gordon meets with Mystery,
And
a
that
local
putt
wedding
drops for
who
bogey.
reveals that ballrooms for Roosevelt
7-foot
Inn
putt
are
for
to
him.
sell from the and the few events she has managed to set up there have ended badly because of the bad smell.
And a nice
John
putt.
appeared to love it. In fact, at the last wedding, John actually came out.
And that one will drop.
Right.
because that's
Well,
what you
nothing
want
you
to
can
see
do about
when
it
you get
now.
there.
Let's pop the bogey, putt
After
in,
that,
and move
Ramsey
on.
returns to the hotel to overcome
And
the
you're
last
one
barrier
over
of
at the
defense,
moment.
who confesses that part of him wants to shut down the business, but the other part wants to keep it going, especially for his loyal wife. Even he admits that he doesn't deserve someone as good as Tina, but at least now he's committed to the renovation. What happened to the Roosevelt Inn after the hotel? Right after their participation on the show, the Roosevelt Inn exploded in popularity, with 80% of the rooms occupied, and weddings booked solid for the next 2 years. In addition, Tina
And
and
as we
John were
tee
able to make
off on the
time for
final
romantic
hole,
day
you are
events.
only one stroke off the
With the new
lead.
business, they were able
Let's
to
get
hire
it.
more staff, so Tina could visit her family from time to time. In an interview after the show, in which the couple was overall grateful for the changes Ramsey and his team made. They also said they renovated a suite and named it after Chef Ramsey. However, checking their website room list, they couldn't find
Oops,
it.
that's no
So
good.
perhaps they renamed it, or that was
All
inherent.
right, let's see how he does here on this hole.
Looking at reviews from online sites like TripAdvisor after the show, they were very helpful. The hotel got great ratings by people, so it seems like Tina and Ron really didn't do much well. They even kept their murder mystery night going. And wisely, it seems like they're pushing the audience to stay as part of the
Here we go. Let's see what this guy does.
In particular, the wedding service has been a big hit. You can see here that it is John himself who is the one leading the couple. I don't know if I would want to see John's face on my wedding day, but hey,
He's in
he
the
does
rough,
like
folks.
folks. So if it is
Let's see how he
working for
gets out of
them,
it.
I say good. Now, what about their dog policy? Remember how John said the dogs were actually a big hit at the end? Did they listen to Gordon's complaints about the odor the dogs made? Nope. Instead, they actually doubled down and went towards a hotel with a dog-friendly policy. This
And
actually
here we
turned
go.
out to be
This is his
as there was a
second
boom for
shot.
20 cents for dog-friendly accommodations for travelers who enjoy traveling with their dogs. They have some rooms that are dog-friendly and some that are not. Even guests who are not fans of dogs say they are generally still controlled, and the host keeps them.
Oh my, splash.
If you recall, the golden retriever puppy named Rohan was one of the snowy dogs that Gordon noticed when they were deployed. Well, since then, Rohan has become well
Okay, setting up in the bunker here.
greeting many guests upon arrival at the inn. Numerous reviewers on TripAdvisor have positively commented on the hotel's dog-friendly policy.
Well, you didn't get the most
They've
out
also
of that
said
one.
Rohan gets along well with any guest dog who stays at the hotel. Here he is with
And
John
he
and
will
one of the guest
set up
dogs.
from around 235 yards out.
The hotel has a dog package that gets them a goodie basket upon arrival with all the things they will need for the dog. They've really embraced the niche of dog-friendly accommodation, but they actually took it a step further, combining the dog-friendly policy with their wedding packages by offering dog-friendly weddings.
And they're going with the
Yes,
5-wood.
you heard that right. Another trend that took off in the 2010s.
Well, let's see what happens. This is his fourth.
And of course, Rohan is always the guest of honor. However, all things
He's leaning to the right.
in 2021, after 22 years.
Okay, let's see what happens. This is
in
his
the end,
third.
the Hawks decided it was time to sell the inn with plans of retirement in Texas. They accepted an offer for $3 million. They packed up all their belongings, loaded the moving trucks, and were ready to start their new life in Texas. But at the last minute, the deal ultimately fell through.
They've gone with the 6-iron on this one.
Despite the Hawks' extended deadline. The Hawks continued to list the Roosevelt for
Okay,
sale,
third shot.
increasing the price to $3.3 million. In another interview with a local newspaper, the Hawks said their goal was to have the hotel sold by the time of John's 65th birthday in 2022. It seems like they got their wish, as the Roosevelt Inn was purchased in March 2022 to fund a zero. On the
Well,
23rd
missed
of
the
April,
green
a couple
there
announced
on
the
that one.
Facebook page that this would be their last murder.
And this one's anyone's guess. He's in the sand. Let's see what
However,
happens.
it appears that the second deal also fell through as well, as the hotel is still listed for sale on the Inn's for Sale website. Furthermore, both John and Tina are still listed on the hotel website.
Setting up for your fourth stroke here.
Interestingly enough, though, there is no mention of Gordon Ramsay or Hotel Hell anywhere on their site, including the supposed suite named after them. Their Facebook page is active, and we can see the last post from Tina was from August of 2023. Also, Rohan, who was a puppy and less than a year old in 2012 when the episode aired. Well, it turns out, as of
Let's see what he does.
2023,
This is
that
his
Rohan
fourth.
is still alive, according to the most recent reviews this hotel from this year. It would mean he would be at least 12 years old at this point, still faithfully greeting guests as they arrive. As for the Hawks, it looks like the deadline to meet John's 55th birthday was not really and as of today, it looks like they're still out. 24 years after the first rocket race meant to be repeated. Hopefully, they will achieve their goal, retire to this spot. But in the meantime, they continue to run their
Putts
hotel.
left to
and look
save
very
par. And this next putt's for his par.
In 2007, during the first season of Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay visited Campagna, an Italian restaurant owned by
All right,
Joseph
he's all
Sermenti,
done his
situated
round.
in Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
This was just a
Even though
3-foot
Joe had
putt.
purchased the place just a year prior, 2006, it was already
And we're
facing
done
financial
here.
difficulties and on the verge of shutting down.
And here he goes. Putt
That's why
for
he
his
turned
double
to Gordon
bogey.
Ramsay for help. Despite the financial struggles of Campagna,
Okay,
the whole
that'll
vibe
bring
at the
his round
restaurant
to
is
an
super.
And as we close the book on this round, it'll be 2 over par for you. And that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.